Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy. And today our topic is anti-intellectual ideas, communism, imperialism, and we'll also talk about industrial revolution under this. But alas, man did not fully understand the importance in philosophical terms, basic terms, what he had achieved. We have seen in the last videos that he had achieved science, he had achieved knowledge, he had cleared all the confusions, he had actually united heaven and earth. Today we are going to moon, we know the whole web telescopes give the whole pictures of the whole universe. But alas, man did not fully understand the importance in philosophical terms what he had achieved, and man still today doesn't understand. Science had developed, religion had lost its political power, but mysticism, this whole thing haunts now, isn't it? Our inner world always haunts us, the mysticism, the unknown nature of life and existence, that which had haunted man all along his history, still remained in man, and a series of modern philosophers came on the scene and said that if God is not there, then nothing is certain. This has been expressed very well by Will Durant in his book, The Story of Philosophy. And the world is unknowable as such. Actually, the world is not unknowable. The world is very frightening. If everything has been taken away from you, your beliefs, your roots, you get scared, isn't it? That's what happened. And that is continuing to happen. I believe that is the main core root reason why man has lost his reason, keeps losing his reason. Because reason itself, few people might have understood it, like we are trying to understand it, but mass doesn't understand it. The rulers don't understand it. There is a man is still in the stage of evolution. History has not ended. The world is unknowable as such, and a thinker, the most influential of the modern philosophers, KANT, said that we can never know reality, because we were bound by our senses. So there is a kind of belief, which religion believes, also believes that senses are somehow not valid. You will see all these gurus talking about that also. Strangely, a philosopher called Kant, later Hegel and Rousseau and all these people, they made a big mystery of this whole knowledge also. Again, they made a big mystery. We can never know reality because we were bound by our senses. The reality was seen with the lenses of our senses. That is why we can never know reality. But that's also true. Once physics was developed, we realized that our eyes are reflecting some waves which are coming from objects. That does not mean that it is all mystical. Even Kant didn't fully say that. But they were not able to say this world is all there is, and they were not saying the world, there is another supernatural reality, God. Actually, in a way, in a deep sense, they were denying everything. Notice that most of the later philosophers and writers couldn't leave the otherworldly beliefs. Why they were like that? My point of view is because inside every human being, there is a sense that there must be a God. There must be some supernatural realm. This world can't be so meaningless. But actually, science says this whole universe is there. You are definitely born out of your mother. You are not there before you are born. You won't be there after you die. This is a basic fact. Even the commonest man knows this to be true. But he also has a sense of mystery inside, The sad part is, even intellectuals have that. Today, most intellectuals I've met in the public sphere, on a political sphere, on an intellectual sphere, who are famous and who are ruling the world, they actually believe, inside, they believe that their belief is correct. The Islamist belief, Islam is correct, leftist belief, leftism also is a kind of belief. It is still true even today. Slowly, in a century or two, in philosophy, this came to be accepted actually. And many other philosophers too said equally absurd things, denying that man had a mind at all and that we were living in. That is why philosophers, especially nowadays, are called loonies, because they don't ask fundamental questions. That's not loony. What is loony? What's crazy is that you come to bizarre conclusions or obfuscate. So, without a God, because they're influenced by God, they denied knowledge itself. I repeat, because they had to give up God, and because they could not give up God inside, they could not give up. They were religionists inside, but they wanted to put it in a scientific form. This is how you have to understand, I think, psychologically understand these philosophers and understand the world also. Not just philosophers. You meet any person, his intellectuality has been limited because he's not free to think anything because he can't go out of his belief system. Philosophy reached a dead end. And during this time, a social, political, and economic model came into popularity. It's called communism or socialism. This was done by Marx. Marx said that the state should rule men. that capitalism was evil. And in fact, this was brought into reality in Soviet Russia by the Russian Revolution. That happened, in the 20th century. By this time, many countries had formed. Now let's look at the scene in the 21st, in that. By the time, obviously, countries had formed in Europe, France, Germany, Italy, and there was imperialism. There was imperialism. Britishers had started conquering many lands and they had established. The whole world was coming on a level. All these ideas were spreading by these colonials also. By this time, many countries had formed and the Industrial Revolution had taken place, and the British Empire had conquered many lands. The other empires, also French and Portuguese. Man had not yet understood that conquest is unnecessary and political power and economic powers are different. Man had not understood that. Man even today doesn't understand. Men don't understand what is life. They don't question. Men don't question. What men do is simply follow the beliefs given by society. You can meet any person and within half an hour you can know his beliefs. You can know how he's living his life and how he's limited, and you can clearly know how that is limiting him. So in the next video we'll go to the 20th century. We come to the last. We're coming closer now to 2023. Actually, we are. So it's 20th century. We'll see in the next video. Thank you so much.